What's going on, my homie fam dogs, home slash fam slash whatever I'm gonna call you guys, and today we're here with the Marvel Rivals balance changes. Yes, I am recording this seconds, literally seconds, after my Devil Dinosaur video reaction and stuff to that, so I'm very curious to see what we get into. Anyways, enough of that. Very fast intro, not really much to be said. The ground is shaking, Rivals. Season 8 is here, and the King of the Monster Kingdom has officially stomped onto the battlefield. While Devil Dinosaur is busy tearing up the front line, our balance team has been hard at work tuning up the rest of the roster. Emma Frost is getting a royal boost to her diamond hard defenses, Mr. Fantastic is stretching out his damage potential, and Mantis is bringing a whole new pace to the game. Let's dig into the patch notes and see how the meta evolves. Very cool, very nice. Vanguard, Duelist, Deadpool. What did I just say? That's not at all what this just read. Tank Pool. Wade's been breaking the game engine a little too hard. We're pulling back his leash on his damage output. Reduce the band hammered. Gun form, ultimate ability. Healing provided while active from 50. Oh my god, to 25 a second. They halved his healing over time? Oh my goodness. Reduced dual Desert Eagles Vanguard single shot damage from 36 to 34 and from 42 to 39 upgraded. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna do some quick maths for you guys here. Let's see here. Yeah, no, it takes an extra shot to kill. Wow. Okay. Well, that was very quick. Wow. Emma Frost, the White Queen, is getting an upgrade to her diamond hard survivability to give her stronger prolonged presence on the front line. Telepathic pulse fall off now begins 4 seconds, was 3 seconds after not hitting an enemy. So you get an extra second of having your charge active. I'm cool with that. It was kind of annoying to maintain in a lot of scenarios once people, you know, can just back up. But yeah. Reduce Mind's Aegis reposition cooldown from 3 to whoa. What is Mind's Aegis reposition? Is it? Am I bugging? Mind's Aegis. I think I'm reading that correctly. That's what is it, Elisha? It's her what, bro? Okay. So I thought this was a bigger change than it was. So basically, this is her shield. I thought it was her crystal that you break. No, this is her shield. So now you can reposition it every second instead of 3 seconds. That's cool. Not game breaking, I don't think. Increased damage reduction gained from during diamond form and psionic seduction from 20% to 25%. I think these are good quality of life changes, but I don't think it breaks Emma. I don't think she becomes broken now. And Thane just got a base health upgrade from 700 to 750. Overall, Vanguard changes. I'm not gonna lie, it looks like this season they're not gonna. I think they found like a place where they like the game at currently. So there's not a lot of changes for a like new season, not even a half season. Not a lot of changes at all. Deadpool kind of got hurt bad, but that is what it is. Iron Fist. Lin Li is sharpening his martial arts, boosting his burst potential and smoothing his combos. So Jeet Kune Do, it's now reduced the cooldown of Dragon's Defense by 1.2 seconds, up from 1 second. That's a 20% faster cooldown reduction. So okay, and increased Jun Li's kicks first strike damage from 35 to 40. Okay, I mean, yeah, you know, Iron Fist, sure, you know, he was the least I've seen out of him, but I will say Iron Fist was kind of stupid survivable, but maybe that's just because I'm bad at the game, so I don't know. The Iron Fist I go against are just really good at getting out. This will definitely help. He'll definitely be stronger, that's for a fact. So Mr. Fantastic Reed's crowd control was getting a bit too oppressive apparently, so we're trading off some of his slow effects for a boost in direct damage. So they've given him his increased stretch punch damage from 65 to 70. Remove flexible elongations movement speed reduction effect. However, the charge time for each use has been reduced from 8 to 6 seconds. I could be wrong, so I'm gonna check. I'm just gonna check. What did I just do? I just opened my Outlook. Hello? So flexible elongation is his grab. So apparently I forgot there was even a movement speed reduction added into that. But that's been removed entirely, but it's now a 6-second cooldown. So that's cool, I guess. I don't know, Mr. Fantastic Man, tell me how you feel. And his ult cooldown got reduced. Cool. So you can get your ult a little bit faster. Interesting, cool changes. Yeah, I don't really see Mr. Fantastic that much, and I don't really play Mr. Fantastic that much. I don't dislike Mr. Fantastic. I just don't know what these do for him. Moon Knight, his hook cooldown is getting reduced by 3 seconds. For a Moon Knight buff, I guess. I don't know if he needed it. Maybe he did. He still kind of just kills people pretty fast and gets his ult pretty fast comparative to everybody. So I mean, I don't know, but I mean, such a minor thing. I guess he can get out better, so I'm cool with that, I guess. Phoenix, Jean is shifting her focus. We're cutting out her explosive AoE slightly to make her direct hits. Oh, it's an interesting change. Okay, tell me about it. Increase Cosmic Flame's direct hit damage from 50 to 55. Reduce explosion damage when it's detonating spark marks from 40 to 35. Dev note, without damage buffs, Phoenix can no longer one-shot a 250 health hero with a single mark and a direct hit from her ultimate. Okay. However, the increase to her primary attack damage makes her far more threatening in baseline combat. So basically, what you used to be able to do, once you get one like full mark on somebody, boom, you ult immediately and it will do a lot of damage and potentially one-shot a 250 HP target like they said here. Now they're saying they took that ability away. However, they made her, you know, I guess more skilled playstyle of actually, you know, just hitting normal shots and like hitting direct stuff better. Okay, cool. And then the explosion damage isn't going to be nearly as much, so people around the person who's exploding is not getting hit nearly as hard. You're going to have to hit the person you want to hit. Got it. Understood. Okay, Spider-Man. Spidey is wrapping things up tighter than ever. We're giving his ult a bit more bite. Increase spectacular spin damage per single spherical spell field. What? From 13.6 to 15. Total damage over the 2.4 seconds duration has increased from 480 to 450. Ouch. Ouch, that's gonna hurt. Sure. Why not let it fly? Doreen's now slightly faster. That's nutty. Reduced the cooldown of Mammo Bomb from 15 to 12 seconds. Cool, I guess, you know, why not? Honestly, I was a bit more fearful of how many buffs they were going to be given out to these DPS, but I'm cool with these, especially with some of them. They're actually reworking them a little bit, just a tuning thing rather than like outright just buffing them. And it seems like some of the outright buffs are really more just cooldown reductions. I'm not gonna lie. Star-Lord, time to turn the tunes and the ammo count up, the tunes and the ammo count, so he has more ammo. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Sometimes playing Star-Lord does feel like a reloading simulator, so I'm actually fine with that. Like I said, when I heard Star-Lord's name get mentioned earlier, I was like, I don't know about that. Sure, ammo count, why not let it, I can let it fly. Logan's healing factor is kicking into overdrive. He'll now be able to bounce back into the fray faster. Reduce the trigger to cooldown of regenerative healing factor from 105 to 90 seconds. That's big. I do play Wolverine, so I do actually know how this like feels. This is gonna be nicer. 15 seconds faster. That's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice to have, but not, you know, it's nice. That's a nice change. Overall, DPS changes, not as scary as I thought they were going to be. Iron Fist, cool. Spider-Man's ult is definitely going to be a little bit more scary. Phoenix, I think, is going to be kind of all right. I mean, she's going to basically feel the same, most likely, if not maybe a little bit stronger if you're really good at hitting those direct shots and not relying on her AoE. Just cooldown reductions. And then Mr. Fantastic, I mean, overall, this is a buff just outright. It gets more damage, gets a cooldown reduction. Sure, you're not reducing the movement speed, but you are pulling them in regardless. Overall, I mean, I'm fine with it. They're very minor changes. It seems like they said, it seems like they're pretty okay with where the DPS and it would seem Vanguards are sitting at the moment. I'm not sure how the community feels about that though. I know me personally, I think dive is just, I've seen a lot of dive in the past few days, especially, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Once they said, like I said, maybe I'm just the bad one. Maybe I'm just a hater. Invisible Woman, Sue is losing a bit of her knockback and damage to help balance the overall control potential of strategist comps. Reduce the push distance from 12 to 10 meters. Okay, cool. And damage from 55 to 50. Invisible Woman, I mean, it's an Invisible Woman. I don't think this is gonna like destroy her at all. It's just gonna make her a little bit less oppressive, because sometimes this 12 meters, by the way, bro, some people are getting pulled from their back line forward, and I'm like, yo, what are you talking about, dude? How are you able to grab me from that far? So yeah, I think it's a fine change. Why not? Loki, the god of mischief, is leaning more into his support role. His illusions will heal more reliably but deal a little less damage. Honestly, I like that. Increase the illusions mystical missile healing ratio from 90 to 100%. Reduce the illusions mystical missile damage ratio from 90 to 80. Now when I look at this, because Loki got freaking murdered a couple seasons ago, but like now when I look at this, why didn't they just do this before? Why didn't they just keep the healing output and just reduce it? Could they have always done this? That's what I'm thinking. It is going to take a little bit longer for his ult to come up, which I think is fine because Loki with Gambit is still kind of relatively strong. So I'm interested to see how that turns out. Mantis is getting a tactical shift. She's trading some of her damage boosting powers for a brand new baseline speed buff. Reduced allied inspiration damage boost from allies from 12 to 8%. That's ooh, wow. New effect now provides a flat 100 movement speed boost to allies. Dev note, with Ultron now having access to conventional damage buff capabilities, Mantis needs to carve out a more unique functional niche. Okay. By adding a movement speed buff, Mantis can better aid her team with positioning, kiting. Is that kiting or kidding? I guess that's kidding. Interesting. I don't know if this is just an overall, like if people would say this is a better Mantis, because 100% or 100 movement speed boost sounds pretty diabolical. Like imagine you're fighting like a Magneto and all of a sudden he just starts swerving, crossing you up, and like hello, Magneto shouldn't be moving that fast. I'm interested. Rocket, I'm excited. It's been a minute since I've seen Rocket buffs, at least. Rocket is upgrading his arsenal. He'll be putting out more damage, tossing out more heals, and dropping his ult faster. That's all things I like to hear. Increased bombard mode hit damage per projectile from 16 to 17. Small damage buff probably makes something turn from like a 6-shot to like a 5-shot or like something, whatever, but increased repair mode charges from 8 to 10. That's really nice. Less time reloading, more time healing, and reduce the energy cost of Sia ultimate ability from 4,300 to 400. Wow, they actually reduced his ultimate ability cost. Okay, I just hit the crap out of my desk. I think Rocket, relative to other healers, still got his ult like relatively quick, but you know what, I'm not complaining. Why not? So far, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think any of these balance changes really do anything. I don't think they change the characters enough to like be like, this is make or break. like last patch where we thought Bucky was destroyed. I don't know what Bucky's looking like now, but it's like this character's gonna be broken now, or this character's just got shot in the back alley. I don't see anything like that, except for like Tankpool. Tankpool's like the worst one. Tankpool got hit with the worst stuff. Anyways, enough of that. White Fox, Amy Han, is it Amy or Amy? I don't know. Is refining her Kumiho magic to provide more consistent healing, whether she's locked in combat or disengaged. Okay. Increase healing amount provided by the surrounding aura during Fox form awakening from 25 to 35 seconds per second. Reduce the burst healing generated by by each successful attack during Fox form awakening from 35 to 25. Okay. We observed that White Fox's healing output in Fox form awakening state was too high when continuously attacking enemies, but too low when unable to maintain targets. This slightly lowers her intense burst healing when spamming attacks from 100 per second to 90 per second, but significantly boosts her passive healing aura when no targets are available from 25 per second to 35 per second. So, okay. Increase Blessed by the Nines healing to allies during Kumiho Unleashed ultimate ability from 40 to 60 seconds per second. So that's her left trigger. So it's kind of like what they did with Invisible Woman last update, where they basically took the power from her shield and put it into her double jump invisibility form. This, however, I'm gonna have to wait and see, because this, however, just kind of seems a little bit more like a nerf than a buff, or a little more like a nerf than just a change. In reality, I'm not gonna lie, the more I look at it, it seems more like a nothing burger. It kind of seems like nothing really changed here, because it says your healing per second just went down by 10 when you're hitting enemies. So like, I guess technically it's an overall nerf, because I'm like, well, if you're healing over time and you're still attacking, you lose. I don't know. I thought they were going to address something else. I thought they were going to address the fact that she gets freaking destroyed by like a lot of different people while she's in her ult, but maybe, obviously you wanted to have a counter. So that's what I was scared of. I was like, her ult does get feasted upon pretty easily, I'm not gonna lie. Team up abilities adjusted. The stage is expanding. We're boosting the so this is Luna Snow, Iron Fist, Emma Frost. Boosting the operational range of this icy trio. Increased iced out damage diamond spell field from 9 to 12 meters. Increased barrier placement the distance to match the 12-meter radius. Cool. So that basically means Emma's like Ice Wall can just go further out. Cool. And then new team up. A prehistoric apex predator and a vigilante with an arsenal. What could go wrong? Frank Castle is saddling up. Funny team up, bro. As the team up anchor, Devil Dinosaur gains 100 bonus health, and Punisher unlocks Ancient Judgment ability. This is a fun team up. I don't care. Overall, very short for like a new like season that ends with a 0.0, not a 0.5. Kind of nothing really going here. They're okay with the state of the game, I guess. Tank Pool did catch the biggest changes, in my opinion. You can argue that some other characters got more changes or didn't get as many changes, but like Deadpool definitely is going to be, you're going to feel his the most without a shadow of a doubt. So Tank Pool, yeah, good luck, buddy. As far as like the best buffed character, I mean, I don't know. I might put Rocket in the thumbnail, for crying out loud. Rocket low-key might have gotten the most generous buffs here. I mean, looking at it, I mean, Mr. Fantastic is definitely in the conversation for that. I think the Iron Fist might be as well. But overall, I mean, in conclusion, I mean, shoot, I don't think these updates, this might be the least I've ever seen them do, like ever. There was maybe a patch somewhere a couple seasons ago that they also kind of didn't do much in. But I mean, this is the least amount of change I've seen in an update in Marvel Rivals in a minute, and I think that's okay. Maybe I do want to see what Devil Dinosaur brings to the field, see what he changes up, see maybe how the game changes with him in the rotation. At least like things are going to be slightly different. I think Mantis definitely is going to be an interesting change, but overall, I mean, kind of just cool. They're cool. I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are. Maybe they needed to change more. I don't know. Yeah, for some reason, I'm having a hard time to wrap my head around this. I don't really know what my output is on this, but I would say overall, they're cool. It's a cool balance change. It's cool, I guess. I don't know. I want to see what Devil Dinosaur does. But anyways, enough of the yap. I'm going to talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.